Do I have stuff in my hair?
Yes.
So, two people that probably are not going to watch the Super Bowl. Do you even know what the Super Bowl is?
Yeah, of course.
But you have, no, you haven't.
I actually last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year I think I must have spent about 2 hours trying to get the Super Bowl just to play because they wouldn't play it and came in on regular cable. You had to go to a bar or whatever in order to watch it, and I wanted to watch part of it at home. So I was like finding this crazy way of watching it online.
You actually enjoy watching?
I wanted to see like the adverts and,
Right.
and stuff.
That's why most women watch it, I think.
Yeah.
And men. I haven't watched the Super Bowl in years. I'll sometimes watch the halftime show if it's someone I like.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I just wanted to feel a little bit a part of it so that I could talk to people for the following week.
But whether you're going to watch it or not, we're getting a lot of questions about how do I handle the Super Bowl? Because in the States, the Super Bowl tends to be this party
Yeah.
with football type food.
Football food.
Right. So what would you say is a football food?
I think on like weenie wraps and
Weenie
that's what they're called, the little sausages wrapped in things.
Weenie wraps.
I wouldn't call them that.
You just did.
I mean, that's what friends have
You mean like
called
pigs
them.
in a blanket?
Yeah, that's what I would call them.
Well, you just called them weenie
Well,
wraps.
American friends that I had called them
You
weenie
have
wraps.
weird American friends because I've never heard that before.
Okay, well, whatever.
So other than weenie
and then,
wraps, what other
Um,
sexual food names do you have?
I forget what it's all called, but like pizza bread and stuff.
Yeah, so you're talking like bar food.
Yeah.
So you're talking hot dogs or weenie wraps and
Yeah.
pizza, wings,
Yeah, wings. Lots of
chips.
chips and dip.
alcohol.
Yeah.
How about this? This was actually Roz's idea yesterday
Was it?
that I created the beer and wine in the app.
Oh yeah.
You've taught me a couple lessons on MyFitnessPal.
I have. I told you about the recipe.
It was really good. Well, she's kind of working on a little secret thing going on, so you guys will hear about that. So anyway, the question becomes, what do I do? People want to go to a party. They want to enjoy themselves. I have a funny story about going to a Super Bowl party probably about 7 years ago, and a good friend of mine, Austin Maliolo, was there. You know, we were working at the same box, and he showed up with his bag of almonds and his, since then we give nutrition seminars together for CrossFit, and he's always like, he tells that story of like how he was that asshole, like no one wanted to be around him. And that's the beauty of flexible eating, is you don't have to be that asshole,
Yeah.
but you also just can't be an asshole, so you have to have a game plan. So let's understand this. To some people, the Super Bowl is a fun special event like Christmas, right? If that's what it is to you, enjoy it. What would you? So let's look at it from two perspectives, Roz. Perspective A is it's a fun event. I want to have fun, not really mind my numbers perfectly. And then number two would be I don't want to use it as an excuse to be off. So how would you break those two down?
How to break them down? Well, I guess with the first option, you're gonna give yourself that flexibility to be a little bit over, but I would still plan ahead. I mean, personally, even with Thanksgiving and Christmas, I still plug in some numbers and get a good idea of where I'm going to be at, because I like to know that I'm going to hit my protein at least, and I'm not going to be crazy off and have a classic cheat day.
But I think that's a great game plan for the second one.
Okay.
So for
Well, that's
me,
just me.
no, I think that's you, because you wouldn't have one of those days where you're just crazy off. Although you do.
Sometimes.
Just maybe not for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, if you want to be kind of like Roz was alluding to, pretty 80% accurate, 90% accurate. There's going to be some weenie wraps and pizza.
Yeah.
Plan those things in there. And if you're a little off, you're a little off, but at least have a game plan.
Yeah.
And then I would say option number, one in this case, or the other option is you want to get to this party, you want to just enjoy the game, have some beers with your friends. Not sit there and count your number of chips you're eating, but not destroy a week's worth of progress either. My advice to that would be throughout the day. So say the Super Bowl, I don't know, maybe is it like 5 or 6 o'clock? You know, up until then, eat primarily protein.
Yeah.
So I would say at the end of the day, either one of our options, you got to hit your protein.
Yeah.
Get your protein, and I'd rather see you a little over your protein than under. And then you're going to be able to smash those carbs and fat.
Yeah.
Weenie wraps, chips, pizza, cookies. So
cookies.
if you keep that, so let's use an average sized male. I'm not gonna use mine because my carbs are pretty high, but let's use an average sized male who's at 150 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, 70 grams of fat. I would say get 100 to 120 of those grams of protein in before you walk in the door. That way you just need, what, 30, 40 grams?
Yeah.
And then 200 carbs, 70 fat. Realistically, you're going to get some of those throughout the day. But say you leave yourself this buffer of 150 grams of carbs and 40 grams of fat.
That's easy to hit.
It's easy to hit. Yeah, like it doesn't even...
Easy.
That's like a couple of slices of pizza. I mean, wings are like 10 grams of fat each.
Really?
You know, chips, depending on what kind of chips you have, could easily
Yeah.
allow you to hit those. Cookies, cakes. But you've at least hit your protein and you've left that buffer, so now you're not going to completely destroy your numbers.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. As long as you're able to get through the day like that. I know for some people
That'd be hard.
that's a struggle, but you know, if you want to reward yourself in a way and give yourself that freedom to just enjoy the evening, then I guess it's, you know, for some people it's worth it.
Absolutely. And then a couple other tips and tricks I would say is if you're going to a party, maybe prepare something that you know what's in it.
Yeah, that's a
you
great
can bring
idea,
it,
actually,
And
yeah.
you can make a, you know, whether it's a lower fat, lower carb, high, whatever the, you know, I saw in The Nation, Heather mentioned that she might be making like baked potato skins.
Oh,
So you can do
yummy.
that rather than showing up and eating some of the others. You know, bring some foods that you know what's in it if you want to be a little, because for the two of us, we wouldn't use it as an excuse to be off. We would track, we'd bring stuff,
Yeah.
etc. We don't drink a whole lot. You know, now like you saw, Take Eating Back wine and beers in there, so if you want to have one or two. You know, with all this being said, of course, alcohol probably isn't going to help.
No, I mean, my biggest problem with alcohol is that one day of being off my macros easily turns into 2 days because I feel crappy the next day. And when I feel crappy, like I'm just off and I don't feel like being super healthy. I'm going to make some poorer choices. So I feel like alcohol is a bit of a slippery slope. But you
Yeah,
know,
have one. Maybe,
moderation.
yeah, I would say set yourself up with a number before you go. I'm going to have 2 drinks, 4, like whatever. Like I don't want to tell you how many, but I'm saying
Yeah.
set a number and stay there.
Yeah, and I think maybe plugging in that number into your diary will help keep you in check a little bit.
Absolutely, of course. Anytime you're eating anything, plugging it in is going to be helpful, but at the same time, enjoying your life. Do you even know who's in the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't know either. I don't know. I thought it was last weekend, to be
I was
honest, but
Scared when you started this video and started talking about the Super Bowl.
We-
Like, oh God, I have no idea.
we might be able to watch it on the internet. We don't have cable, or we have to go to my parents, but
Oh.
we'll see. Either way, we're going to hit our numbers.
Someone in the nation will tell us what's going on. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Nation, keep us posted.